Welcome back to Mega Man X4. We're getting down to the end. Oh no, not the space harbor. It's where all the space boats go. Well, too bad. Look, somebody has to stop your brother, and it's gonna be me. I'm gonna kill the hell out of him. Alright, so Spaceport is the first step of our finale. Gonna have Zero rush to Spaceport because, of course, Colonel is waiting here at the end for us. So, as we're getting into this, I guess a little bit of backstory for Colonel as well as Iris. So, Colonel and Iris were originally supposed to be one robot. Essentially, people wanted to create a Reploid that was both, a peacekeeping Reploid, but also one that could fight if need be, so basically they were just trying to reinvent X, but whoever was behind the project isn't Dr. Light, so they didn't have nearly as much success. They had to separate that Reploid into two different Reploids, so Iris is the peacekeeping one, Colonel is the war one, and whoops, what do you know, as it turns out, that wasn't a great idea, cause now Colonel is helping rebel against humanity. Now, I'm not really a huge fan of Rockman X Dive or anything, however, the one good thing about it is that it did give us Iris Another, which is just the what if Iris and Colonel didn't have to be separated, and I guess they could have made Bishi Colonel, but of course instead they made Cool Iris with a sword, which it's not worth playing Rockman X Dive for another Iris, but like, conceptually I'm glad she exists.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
Alright, so it's time for the Colonel fight. Zero actually gets to go up against him this time, and for the most part it's the same as the X fight, except he has one new attack, which I'm gonna have to put a epilepsy warning, because I don't think that flashing is good for anyone. But yeah, otherwise it's exactly the same. He will teleport behind you, say nothing personal, kid, and you just get out of the way of that, or alternatively he'll go to the center and send out a lightning attack, which seems a lot more dangerous than it actually is. I mean, for one, the actual, like, effect of him activating the attack doesn't hurt you, which I would have thought it would, but it doesn't, apparently. That was not a screw-up, that was me dodging correctly. But yeah, it looks intimidating, but it actually isn't bad to dodge at all.
Zero, tell Iris.
Dies.
I'm fine with this. Goodbye, Zero.
Colonel! Also, I have been informed that, Colonel and Iris are Australian, not British. Which, I mean, really, Australian's just British, but exposed to a lot more danger. Not in, like, a way that is fearful of said danger. Really more just nonchalant about it. But yeah, no. It's actually Australian, which I guess I should have been able to guess from Iris. With Colonel, he's so nothing in his voice that I don't think I could tell. I know everyone has an accent, but like, if ever there was a person in this world who did not have an accent, it's Colonel. He sounds voice. That's his accent, is just voice, the concept. Oh, that seems bad. Okay, so Repliforce has gone to space, and unfortunately, Iris has actually joined them.
Don't do this to me, Iris! You're really hurting me and my feelings!
Alright, so Zero's rushing off to Final Weapon. But of course, we can't have this final confrontation without both our hunters. Alright, Repliforce is trying to escape to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
It's far too dangerous. Oh, I'm the comic relief character, so I'm just gonna sit here and go, oh. Good luck, X.
X is mad again. Alright, so X is going to also take off.
Oh, not again.
Hey, watch it!
I'm terribly sorry.
I'm sorry, that's your voice? Double's way more suave than I thought he would be.
Not be allowed in here. Terminate them.
Wait a minute. We know that voice too, that's not good. Well, I mean, maybe you shouldn't make fun of him. In general, that's pretty rude. However, this also seems bad. Still though, we the viewer know that that was Sigmov's voice on the other end of the line, which makes Double some kind of, like a second agent, one could say. And a very strong one at that, oh god. Well, that was violence. Look, I guess we're supposed to feel slightly less sorry for these guys because they made fun of Double, when, you know, he was supposed to be on their side. They're kind of dicks, but ooh god, that was brutal.
Understood.
Oh, there'll be one more interruption, X. And that'll be me murdering you in case you didn't pick up on that.
Alright, so Zero gets here first. Alright, well, let's hope Iris hasn't decided to be rude and join up with Repliforce. We still need to tell her that Colonel died happy after all. I'm sure that she'll feel way better after that, knowing that as we stabbed Colonel to death, he was chill with it. Alright, so Final Weapon is a very short final stage. We've got a couple of levels, but we're already to the mid-boss. And of course, on Zero's end, it's Iris. She's found a new purpose with Orb. Iris! So you fought with my brother. Yeah, I did keep saying I would do that, but sorry. Alright, well, as it turns out, being the pacifist robot, doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't lose all faith in life and living if you kill somebody close to her, so, whoops. You're not supposed to be spec'd for combat. However, with the power of this dark crystal, she has battle armor.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'll inherit my brother's accent. His lack of any emotion whatsoever in his voice. Alright, so, gotta dodge out of the way of that beam. Thank goodness for Zero's double jump. Alright, so, she will leave behind mines if you attack her a whole bunch, which are going to be in the way. However, we haven't done damage to her yet. That will not be the case until she releases her crystal, so, yeah, basically just attack her enough, and this guy will come out. Now, the battle does actually get a little bit more difficult, because the crystal will attack with her. It will try to pinpoint your location before she starts firing her laser, and after she fires hers, it'll fire its own. So you need to time this even better than you did before. It was a pretty easy dodge beforehand. I managed it even while kinda just botching an actual dodge, but when there's a second laser involved, yeah, it gets a lot more complicated. Alright, just one more hit, and we're done! Well then, now that Iris is defeated, I'm sure this is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Iris!
Zero,
Hang in there, Iris!
please, stay away from Repliforce. Let's live together. In a world where only Reploids exist.
Iris, there's no world just for Reploid. It's only
Just for one Reploid.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to believe it.
Zero, in my final moments, please, let me touch your titty.
You.
Iris!
Bleh. Oh, no, yeah, she did die without getting another line.
Iris! Iris!
There's...
Iris!
This
This was really easy to subtitle, by the way.
No, this isn't happening. There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
Really put a spin on that one, didn't you, Zero? Alright, well, X is also in Final Weapon, which is good because I don't think Zero's really in fighting condition anymore, and I'm sorry, that sprite is hilarious. There's just something so weird about it.
Hey, it's me, Double.
Double? Don't tell me you've twice crossed us! Say it ain't so! Alright, so Zero gets what is supposed to be an emotional moment with Iris, you know, her dying for a world that could never truly exist, but she cannot stand the one that currently exists because it works against Reploids. Meanwhile, Double's just a dick. No matter who you play as, your navigator betrays you in some way, though one could argue that you kinda betray Iris. She did ask repeatedly, hey, please don't fight my brother, and then you say, absolutely not. But anyway, yeah, Double is just an asshole, so that's why you have to fight him. His fight's really fucking hard. Iris is really easy in comparison. Tricky, but not too bad. Double, yeah, no, he is active all the fucking time, and his attacks are hard to dodge in the first place. Thankfully, you do get unlimited ammo, provided you don't charge every shot. I had to cut myself off here, or I would not be able to fire this thing at all anymore. It is important to note that you do need some kind of ammunition to make weapons work. If you run out of ammo due to charging, you can't use the normal shot either. So as long as you don't overdo it, it's fine.
Double, why did you do this? Fuck you.
Double, what are you fighting for? I cannot... I cannot do the voice grovel Zero does. I trusted you. You are like my second best friend.
Haha, you trusted me, idiot nerd. Goodbye, X. See you in the afterlife. There's only one afterlife for Reploids. I'm going to purgatory.
And so, Double dies. It's much less of a thing than Iris's death. Okay, so... Final Weapon, Part 2. Like I said, Final Weapon really isn't that long, which I feel like I kind of prefer to longer final stages in the Mega Man series. It's not as much of a gauntlet as other games in the series, other like Wily Fortresses, but yeah. It's a bit more intense, and in fact, I'm going through a much more difficult path right now. You could have stayed in the upper path, and that one's a lot easier. This one's fucking annoying, because we have this ride armor, the one that shoots things, and boy oh boy is it hard to actually go anywhere when things are shooting you constantly and interrupting your jump. Yeah, that section's hell. Compared to the top section, it sucks so much. That is, however, all you need to do. It is a difficult segment unless you go to the top path and it's a little bit easier, but yeah, we're already at the boss who just appeared out of nowhere. Here he is, it's General. Breaking a chair because he can.
We're going to build a nation for the Reploids. That's our ultimate goal. We'll fight anyone who tries to interfere with our independence.
But what if you didn't do that?
No.
Also, I do appreciate that General is just completely covered up by a text box right now. We can't actually see him speaking. It's just his groin and his legs.
My fate is sealed. I have no choice.
'Cause you won't say goodbye anymore? God, are you sure that's the line read you want? Alright, anyway, General is not too bad. Just gonna Sonic Slice him a bit. Little harder for Zero to take care of, because Zero, of course, has to try a bit harder to actually attack him, whereas X can just kind of fire from wherever. It's very easy to hit him, as long as you're on the arms. You can still kind of hit him, even if you're not standing on one of his hands, but, yeah. Zero has to go up to his head every time, and it's not super easy to do that. You can't get nearly as many hits in on him, and it's kind of annoying. And he just does his stalling attack a lot more often as Zero, when you can't actually hit him back. I don't think he's actually shown it off here, but we should see it in a moment. I think it's his desperation move. He will also try to slowly ram you, which is one of the better times to hit him when you're playing as Zero. Okay, yeah, this is his stalling attack. If it's possible to hit him as Zero when he's doing this one, then it's just really difficult. X, no, no! Don't stand in his explosion! Well, X died too.
I lost my arm and my leg. I had no choice. It can't be. This weapon must be malfunctioning.
Wait, don't tell me somebody's going to try to use this weapon as a weapon!
We just wanted to occupy this big weapon to scare everybody. As it turns out, mutually assured destruction does not help anyone.
Alright, well then. Double's dead, Iris is dead, Colonel's dead. We really do not have a lot left going on for us anymore. General's also very injured, just barely alive, with an arm and a leg. However, Final Weapon is active as a weapon. So, we're going to need to stop this thing. Next time on Mega Man X4. We all know who we're fighting, right? We all know who stands to benefit from this weapon being active, right? Cool. We'll fight Sigma next time.